Hey everybody, welcome to the stream and welcome to A Boy and His Blob, Trouble on Blobolonia. Yep, that's the name of the game. Actually, it's David Crane's A Boy and His Blob, Trouble on Blobolonia. Too many blobs in this game. So yeah, this is a pretty interesting game that, it's not a game that I played as a kid, but a long time ago, around 10 years ago, I did play this. The Wii version. They remade. Well, it's not quite an exact remake, but it's a new reimagining that they made for the Wii. So I really enjoyed this, and I got curious about the original one, NES one, what it was like. So I got it on the Virtual Console. So I tried it out, and it really intimidated me at first. It kind of thought it would be way harder, but actually, playing through it, I found that it's not quite as hard as I first thought. It is still pretty difficult. I mean, it is an NES game, but the hardest part really is to figure out exactly what you have to do in the game. Although the puzzles aren't that complicated, it's much more about figuring out the path you have to take on the layout of the map. But yeah, once you do figure out, then getting through the game is not really that hard. So let's see, everything okay? I think I'm sounding okay. The game sound okay? Let's check it out. That's the theme song. So yeah, David Crane's A Boy and His Blob, Trouble on Blobolonia from 1989. And yeah, designed by David Crane. If you know your retro video games, arcades, and Atari from the Atari era, you might recognize that name. David Crane was the one who made Pitfall. So he also made this one. Look at this. So yeah, this is the boy. I'm controlling the boy. And that is Blobert, the blob, jumping around. So up there it says TR22, that's 22 treasures I need to recover. And I have 5 lives. And down there, I have jelly beans of different flavors. And in this game, you throw jelly beans at your blob, which causes it to transform into different objects. So if I press select, I can cycle through all the different flavors, and each one turns him into a different object, and I have to try and get through and collect all those treasures while using all these available objects. So at first thought, while I was when I first started playing this game, you can see it's controls kind of slippery. It takes a really long time to break once he starts running. But yeah, if I just walk a little bit, then that's not a problem. But if I start running too much, then yeah, it can be risky if there's a ledge right in front of me. This game does have fall damage, so I better not fall from any ledges, high ledges. So this is my house, though I can't get in. I just started on my adventure with my little blob friend. Doesn't really show how I met him. He actually came from a different planet called Blobolonia. He enlisted my help. His planet is being dominated or controlled by an evil emperor. He's wanting help from an Earthling to help out. So here we go. First off, a pretty nice background. Look at that. Looks like an impressive night cityscape for NES palette. Even though it's just different shades of like yellowish green, still kind of looks realistic. So you have health foods. A health food store, but can't do anything yet with it. Okay, we have this just surface area that not much to do up here. So I have this subway I can go down, and there's this manhole cover, but I can't open it. I know, but why don't we go through all the different objects so we can I can introduce all the available transformations. So if I select, let's see, I start with licorice. If I press B, if I press B, I'll call the blob to where I am. He kind of follows you already, but sometimes he stays a little far. If I need him to be in a specific place, I whistle and he will come near me. And sometimes you do need him to be at a very specific point. So if I have a jelly bean, actually I was using the classic controller. I might as well just use the Wiimote on its own because it's just 2 buttons. And I think the D-pad is a little better on the Wiimote than the classic controller. Yeah. Throw a jelly bean, he eats, and transform. So licorice it makes him transform into a ladder. Oh hey Lep, welcome. I will be playing the Wii version at a later date. I think on Saturday, yeah. But yeah, this is the first one. I want to play the first one first exactly so we can compare how it all started and what the Wii version is like. So if I whistle again, he turns back into a blob. So this is the first thing that kind of intimidated me about the game when I first tried playing it. Is it doesn't really say on this menu on what each jelly bean flavor turns the blob into. You kind of figure, oh no, I'm going to have to write down everything, all these different flavors, and write down what each of them does, and then you see the numbers next to them. That's how many you have. And actually, you can miss. You have to actually aim at the blob. If I throw it away, okay, sad facing. He didn't like that, but yeah, I do have a limited amount of each jelly bean flavor. So that's another thing that intimidated me. I thought, oh no, I'm going to have to really ration how many jelly beans I use. I can't use too many, but no, actually, the amount of jelly bean you actually need to complete the game is way lower than the amount you have. Most of them anyway. I think like this ketchup one has really low amount, but you really don't need it all that often. Punch and licorice, you have like 70. You really don't need all of them, so it kind of makes it a game seem harder than it actually is, because you think you'll run out if you're not careful. If you like I said, if you don't aim it correctly, if you're a little too far away from your blob, you'll miss his mouth. Oh. And then he'll make a sad face. Look at that. Oh, his sad face. Kind of looks like he has a little nose or something. Oh yeah, he really enjoys. And actually, there is a way to. It's kind of interesting that it kind of uses the momentum of the character on the throw. So if I do a regular throw, it goes this much. But if I throw while I'm running, look at that, it flows much farther away. Wasting liquid jelly beans. Okay, so next, yeah, the other part that I thought was intimidating, that I thought I'd have to write down everything, is actually not that hard to memorize what each flavor does. So, for example, licorice ladder, that's kind of an alliteration. You can imagine maybe a ladder made of licorice sticks. And strawberry, let's see what this one does. Oh, you can't see it right now, but it says, yeah, strawberry bridge. It turns the blob into a bridge, which is useful for getting across gaps, but there are no gaps right now. I can't use it just yet. Oops. Coconut. What does the coconut does? It turns the blob into a coconut. You can actually pick him up and throw him as like a bowling ball, but going through this game, I haven't found any use for this. It's not useful for defeating enemies. Come back here. You're not useful for putting the blob into a specific area. Just, yeah, not. I don't see why. Maybe just to confuse the player. Cause yeah, another thing I thought when I first started playing this game, I thought all the puzzles were going to be much harder, because this one, the Wii version, does have some pretty interesting puzzles that you have to use all the different forms to solve. So I thought, oh no, I'm going to have to use one form, then another form, then another form. I have to figure out, then if I use the incorrect amount, I'll run out of jelly beans. But no, not quite the case. You'll see while I go through the game how it's actually not, the puzzles aren't really that hard to figure out. So yeah, coconut turns him into a coconut, also not hard to memorize. Cola jelly beans. What does this one do? Turns him into a bubble. So you can imagine, okay, yeah, cola has bubbles in it, so you kind of create this association between the flavor and the effect. You can get in the bubble, kind of ride inside. Whistle, revert. Okay, next one, cinnamon. This one turns him into a blowtorch, which you can pick up and burn things, apparently. So you can imagine, oh, all those people doing that cinnamon challenge thing, they kind of made it seem like putting a bunch of cinnamon in your mouth made your mouth burn. So you can kind of associate cinnamon with burning, with blowtorch. Next, apple. What does apple does? Turns into a jack. Get it? Apple, jack. They do like their puns. Yeah, like I said, another one that's easy to memorize. You just remember the pun. Apple, jack. Next one, vanilla. Turns into an umbrella. So I guess you can remember the ending, vanilla, umbrella, the two L's, L-L-L-L-A. Useful in case it rains. Tangerine. Turns into a trampoline. Another one that you can remember via the rhyme. Tangerine, trampoline, kind of rhymes. Oh hey, Ian Lee, thanks for hosting. Oh yeah, if you jump, if you press up, you can keep jumping higher and higher. Oh, which is where am I going? Kind of risky because, like I said, this game has fall damage. So let me press down to decrease my jump a little bit. Yeah, that's how jumping works, right? Oh, like I said, not very hard to memorize. Tangerine, trampoline. Okay. Root beer. What does the root beer one turn him into? I only have 6, so won't be using it a lot, but it turns into a rocket. So I imagine this one is like, imagine a bottle rocket, and it's a root beer bottle. So it kind of creates this association. Okay, root beer rocket. Finally, honey. You can imagine, okay, honey is made from nectar, which comes from flowers, which is also eaten by hummingbirds. So create the association. Okay, honey, hummingbird. So if you do these kind of, I guess mnemonic devices, you don't have to write down all the flavors. This one took a little while to figure out. Ketchup. I tried giving him the ketchup flavor. He doesn't open his mouth. He doesn't like ketchup. What? But if I throw it away from him, he teleports. So the ketchup jelly bean is actually to bring him to wherever you throw the jelly bean at. It does actually transform him, but you kind of have to trick. This is a kind of an Easter egg. You can trick him into eating the ketchup one. If I throw the honey, and while he's transforming into a hummingbird, I throw the ketchup. Let's see if I can do it. Oops, no. Yeah, see if I was a little too far away, and he didn't quite catch it in his mouth. So yeah, this is another tricky thing about this game. You have to be close enough to your blob, or else you waste your jelly beans. Let's try again. Okay, now. Ketchup makes him turn into a wall, which serves absolutely no purpose. It's just there, just an Easter egg, I guess. And finally, punch jelly beans. You can imagine. Okay, punching a hole through something. Yeah, it turns him into a hole which you can use to fall through the floor. And that's the last one. So let's go through them again with the mnemonic device. Licorice, ladder. Strawberry, bridge. Coconut, a coconut. Cola, bubble. Cinnamon, blowtorch. Apple, jack. Vanilla, umbrella. Tangerine, trampoline. Root beer, rocket. Honey, hummingbird. Ketchup, wall. And teleportation. Punch, hole. See? Not that hard to figure out. I am going to reset this because in demonstrating all these, I ended up wasting a lot, so I want to I'm going to reset. So yeah, let me just go down this subway and check out something here. Okay, so right there we see one of the treasures already that we can get. What? Okay, long way. Ah. Okay, how do we get down? No way to... There's no way down, but there is a way. We can use the punch jelly bean. Whoop, there you go. And if we whistle, it'll fall through and get down with us. So you can it kind of already looks a little bit like Pitfall, with running around underground collecting treasures on platforms like this. You can kind of see the influence, how this was made by the same guy who made Pitfall. Let's see, licorice, ladder. Ladder. There, collected all one already. Let's see, can I... Okay, so now where do I go? There's just this area and that area up there that didn't have anything? Well... What if I do another hole down here? Punch. Come on, Blob. Okay. Takes him a while. He doesn't have legs. Okay, let's go down below. No, boom. And I'm dead. Like I said, there is fall damage, but as you can see, there's a big cavern system underneath the subway, so that's where most of the game will actually take place. So yeah, let me reset. This, I'm playing, yeah, as you can see, I'm playing this on the Wii Virtual Console. There was actually a sequel to this game on the Game Boy called Rescue of Princess Blobert. I didn't know actually about that. There was a sequel. Okay, so yeah, this manhole cover. I'm not going to do anything with that. So yeah, let's go down this subway first. So as you saw, a lot of the different abilities in this game is actually about traversal, about moving through the environment. So you have a hole to move down a platform, and you have the ladder to move up a platform. Whoops. No, not punch. Licorice. Dang it. Get back here. Over here. Come on. And as you saw, there was fall damage, but if I use the umbrella, that will actually make me float down, so that there is a way to avoid falling down. And the trampoline, I can use it to reach high places. So if there's a one platform above, I can use the ladder. If there's a bunch of platforms above, I use a trampoline. One platform down, I use a hole. A bunch of platform down, I use a umbrella. So a lot of the puzzle solutions, I guess, it's about knowing the layout of the environment and using the correct ones, the correct flavors of jelly beans to move through the place and collect all the treasures. But once you kind of map out the place and you know where all the treasures are, it becomes a lot easier. Not, I mean, that challenging. Okay, this is a little bit challenging. Kind of have to really time when I go forward, so that I go forward right below the top arc of this weird alien creature, I guess. Let's see. There you go. Don't have to worry about the blob, he doesn't get hurt. Okay. Here, if I fall, I'll die, so let me use the vanilla to get the umbrella. Okay, now I have this giant spider web, which I can't get through, but I do have the blowtorch with the cinnamon jelly bean. And that's the only time we'll ever use that. There's only one of these in the game. Okay, this next part has a bunch of falling rocks, and I believe you can use the umbrella to protect yourself, but I'd much rather use the bubble, the cola. There we go. Come here. This will also protect you, and it's much safer, because I think if a rock falls on your head instead of on the umbrella, it will still hurt you. But this one, I'm fully protected. It takes a little slower to get through it, but much safer. You see, you only have 5 lives, so you really don't want to waste them. Okay. Thankfully, the monster will stay just bouncy between the 2 ledges. And now, I think I have to get the blob closer to the ledge to use the bridge, which was strawberry. There you go. And now, again with the timing. Now. Come here. Okay, now I can use the vanilla, make an umbrella. I can jump down this ledge. Whee! Okay, saw a big blue diamond up there, which I'll be able to get it if I drop him here and use the trampoline. The tangerine trampoline. Boing. Keep pressing up so I can get higher and higher till I reach. There we go. Back into blob form. I could go down there and dodge the enemy and then use a bridge, but much easier to just get over here and use the hole. Yeah, there is no one set way to navigate this environment. You can kind of pick whichever path you think is best. No. Okay, I think I punch again. Yeah, sometimes it's not really obvious that you can safely fall down here, for example. You just have to use a lot of trial and error and map out the entire environment. Just like Pitfall, this is comprised of screen areas. When you go to from one screen to the next, you move to a different place, a different section. So if you divide a map into these screens, you can kind of draw each platform and join them up to form a complete map. Okay, time to go up using the licorice ladder. Yeah, like I said, not a lot of puzzle solving. Just a matter of moving around in the layout. And like once again, this feels very much like Pitfall. Whoops, pressed the wrong button. Except you have to make the ladders. Can I do this? Ah. I kind of wonder if I can show this. No. This game does have a little quirk that if you walk off a ledge, he implemented a coyote time. You kind of in some, I think it's random, but sometimes when you walk off a ledge, you'll stay in the same level. You won't fall, and then you kind of have a chance to run back before you fall. But if you don't run back in time, you'll look down and close his eyes and fall. Very humorous. But yeah, it doesn't happen all the time, so I'm hoping it will happen at some point in this stream. But let's see. Punch, I think, going down this way. Yeah. No. Oh, actually, I didn't have to go down here because. Let's see. Yeah, going down there, I'll just go into a river, and I believe that river will be blocked, so I have to actually go to the other side of the fall of the blockage, licorice. Up here. If I whistle him while I'm down the ladder, he'll drop back down, but if I whistle while he's up the ladder, while I'm up the ladder, he'll climb up. Okay, here we go. The hardest part of the game. Let's see if I can get through this without dying too many times. I'll need to use the cola, as it's the other part where you fall into the river. Oh. And I'll fall into the river. Splash. If I don't touch anything, you can kind of see that the river is running that way, to the left, I mean. To the left of the screen, if I don't touch anything. But yeah, we saw that there's a hole there. If I press down, I can go down. When I first started this, I thought, oh dear, do I have an air meter? Do I have a limited time or something? But no, I can stay down as long as I want. And you have another blue diamond there, another treasure. Oh, and there are these stalactites with these white dots on the tip. If I touch on these, the bubble will burst and I'll die instantly. It was this is a very dangerous area. Lots of screens have these. And you might notice, if I press down and nothing else, if I just hold down, look at that. I don't go straight down. I go down and to the side. Because remember, the river is still flowing. If I let go and I don't touch anything, he'll still go to the right. So that makes it kind of tricky to control going down. If I go to one side, I'll go on a different speed. Then if I go on this speed, I'll go much faster than this speed. So it can get tricky, which is why this is the hardest part of the game. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Get through this area. This is not that hard, but here's where the hard part is. See that? There's a treasure right in the middle of a bunch of stalagmites. And if I touch any of those, my bubble will burst and I'll die instantly. And I only have 5 lives to get through the entire game. I won't get any more. I'll get these blue diamonds first, before I attempt to get that treasure. I really want to get all the treasure. I don't actually... You might be able... I think you might be able to finish the game without getting that treasure, but I want to try going through it all. So here's what I figured out. If I go press down while I'm here, exactly, if I'm around here and I hold straight down, the path he'll take, kind of diagonal path he'll take, kind of goes around the spikes. So let's see if this works. Over here. Come on, and nope. And now. Yeah. Come on. Phew. Got it. Whoa. But I forgot about that. Well, at least you saw what the death looks like. And fortunately, if you die, you still get the treasures you collected, so I won't have to do that again. I already got that treasure. Still have to go down there because the path I'm used to needs me to go down. So let me go down there. But instead of going down the hole, I'll just go along with the river flow. So I already got all the treasures down there in that hole. Go up here. Okay, ladder again. Get up there. Licorice. Licorice after punch. Sometimes you have to remember the order so you don't overshoot by pressing select too many times. Fortunately, he won't come back, so he'll stay there. And strawberry to create a bridge. Okay, let's see if I can get the timing correct again. Because if I touch this guy, again, instant death. You. Okay. I think there's a treasure up there, so let's see. Over here. Maybe up over here. Yeah, sometimes a little hard to get the blob to be exactly where you want it. Okay, close enough. Tangerine trampoline. You can kind of see a platform up there. I mean, it only goes over there, not through the entire ceiling, so there it is. A platform, and once I'm up there, I can go to the other side and made it. Okay, so this is a treasure, but it's not money; it's a bag of jelly beans. So I am actually also not just collecting money; I'm also collecting new jelly beans to use later. Okay, I've got once again tangerine over here. There's a way up here that I can go back. I need to go back up that ledge, but yeah, the way to do it is to do this. Okay, so now I need to get the blob up here. He's still in trampoline form, so first I need to... Let's see, can I... So the hummingbird one is also useful for making the blob go up places where you were without you, so you don't have to resort to the ketchup one. But sometimes you kind of have to aim correctly. Well, let's see if I can do this. Whistle. Then. Oh, nope. Okay. Try again. Oh, no, he fell. Yeah, the little blob guy has a mind of his own. He wants to go after where I am, and he tried to follow me. He fell into the water. So now I do have to use the ketchup one to get him out, or get him back here. Oh. Okay, so I'm over here. This should be above that other platform. Oh. There we go. Kind of have to be careful not to be below the hole when I whistle, because he'll still be in hole form when he falls. So if I'm directly below him, he'll create another hole and I'll fall again. Which is it's useful for if you want to go down multiple levels, but not when you don't want to go down. Okay, let's see. Am I in the right place? Entering. Uh-oh, okay, no. Okay, not enough. Need to be a little bit to the side now. Come here. Come here, you. Okay, that's close enough. Hopefully it's close enough. Here we go. Up and up. Up and up. Okay, getting a little scary now. Okay. Lots of verticality. Uh-oh, oh no, oh no, oh dear. And I'm gonna die. Oh no. Ah. Should have been a little long. Okay. Okay. Thought I'd be able to make it. Let's see, tangerine. Come here, you. Really? 3 lives left. Let's see. Even if you don't know how to get through the game, it can still be a challenge. So I'm actually not sure if I will be able to make it in a single run. I might be able to have to start over if I run out of lives. Yeah, got it. Okay, so I need to get the blob up here. Maybe I'll try using the hummingbird one. Hummingbird. Honeybird. Okay, I'll have a bunch of them, so let me try out this. Okay, a little closer. Is it going to hit him? Nope. Okay, a little closer maybe. Closer. Okay, that should be enough. Turn into a blob, and here you go. Catch. And he's a hummingbird now, and he can fly all the way up here where I am. Come on. There he is. Okay, so I need to get that treasure down there. I think the safest way is to create a bridge, then create a hole directly above the treasure, then fall through and then use the hole again and fall through again before the monster comes back. So let's see. See if I can do this. I mean, I could also go down and use the hole down there, but it's a little risky, and I'm already down to 2 lives, so I don't want to risk. Okay. Okay, that's close enough. Let's see. Punch. Wait for the monster to go. Come on. And there you go. And one more. See? I think I can fall one more. Yep. Okay, doing better. Oh. There's that slippery of his run again. If I come over here, he needs to be a little close to the edge to use the bridge one. So, but in order to get him close to the edge, I have to go get close to the edge. Okay. Come here. Okay, and okay, a ladder over here. Push the ladder. Now I'm going to do a lot of going up. I think I've got most of the treasures down there. I'm mostly going to be using a ladder and trampoline to get back up to the surface, basically. I do believe there's a diamond up there. Let's see. I think over here. Tangerine over here. Let's see. Should be close. Close enough. Yep. Okay, one treasure left. Okay, licorice. Let's get up here. Big mom. He opens a big mouth when throwing at him. Okay, over here now. Come here. This way. And I think actually are we back? Yeah, we're back here where we were. We had to do a little detour to get to the treasures down there, but now we're back here. And now we can go get over here. There's a hole on the ceiling there. Use the ladder to get up. And over here. A couple more floors up. If there's anything, yeah, there's nothing over here. Let's keep going up. And now we're back at the subway level. And there's our last treasure up there. It's another bag of jelly beans. Yeah, as you saw, most of the objects that I used were holes in ladders and bridges. Bridges to get across, a ladder to get up, and a hole to get down, and the umbrella to go down further, down, and a trampoline to go further up. And the cola for the underwater part, and cinnamon just for that one spider web. Hummingbird to get back up, so I didn't have to use the ketchup. Yeah, I got more ketchup actually. One of those bags was more ketchup jelly beans. Okay, so I now have these orange jelly beans, 45 of them, which I'll tell what they do in a minute. And I also have, where is it? Lime jelly beans. Except, come on. Cinnamon, apple, lime. I have only 2 lime jelly beans, so better not use them just yet. I'm not going to show what they do. Otherwise, I'll have only one left, and they're pretty important. Okay, so strawberry. Oh, hey, discard. If you're enjoying it, come here. A little closer. Come on. It has some good ideas, but yeah, the execution can be a little tricky. I mean, probably the limitations of the time, which is why I'm really glad it got a new version on the Wii, because this one I think does a lot more to develop the premise of having this blob that can turn into multiple objects. Some of these games I play blind. Some of them I do play in advance, so I kind of know what to do. So you won't have to watch me die over and over until I figure things out. So I kind of know what to do here. But yeah, it's still a little bit of a challenge. So Applejack and boom, that manhole cover from the beginning. That's where we are. Use the apple. That's the only time. One of the only times we use the jack form to remove the manhole cover, so I can use the licorice ladder to get out. So yeah, I'll be playing the Wii version on Saturday. The start anyway. It's a much longer game. I don't know how long it will take, but and he goes and he fell down. Come on, Blob. Okay, let me try using the hummingbird, and if I don't, I'll use the ketchup. Teleport him out. He fell down. He fell down even further. Oh dear. Oh, where's the blob? Oh yeah, the Wii game is very fun. I actually played that one way before this one. I only wanted ketchup. I only wanted to play this one. I got this one on the Wii Virtual Console because I was curious about what the original one looked like. Okay, so now I'm back at the surface. Got a bunch of treasures. Oh dear. Fell down here again. Blob, help. Orange, no. Licorice. Come here, Blob. Hey, good boy. Have a jelly bean. Okay. Now come this way. Try not to fall down. There we go. Okay, so I got all that treasure, all that money, which means now I can go to the health foods at the right side of the screen here and buy vitamins. All your treasures allow you to buy assortment 7, vitamin A, B, and C, 700, 200, 950. That's the amount of vitamins. You see, the evil blobs that are taking over the planet Blobolonia are allergic to vitamins. So vitamins actually are a weapon against them. And so I went through all that trouble collecting all that treasure just so I could buy vitamins. Although I also needed to get the jelly beans, the extra jelly beans that I didn't start with. So now I use the root beer jelly bean. Turn him into a rocket so I can ride it. There we go. Traveling all through space. And arriving at welcome to Blobolonia. That's the arrived at the planet of the blobs. Blobert here. That's the name of the blob. It's Blobert. Okay, so now I'll show what the orange jelly bean does. Orange. Here you go. It turns into the Vita Blaster or Vita Blaster. It's a gun that shoots vitamins. Oh. I can press select and choose my different ammo types. I have vitamin A, B, and C. A does this arc, B does a much shorter arc, and C just goes straight. You can fire straight down or up. So yeah, now I'm fully armed. I can face the evils of the planet Blobolonia. Okay, tricky part here. Okay. Okay. I hope I don't die because I only have 3 lives left. Okay. Well, no. Ah. Ah. Okay. Okay, those are cherry bombs, and they are falling slowly. And if they hit the ground, they will explode, and I'll die. So can't let them. The next screen, I think I can just run through, but the screen after that, I have to shoot them all again. Okay. 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 Phew. Got him. Okay, keep going. Oh, there's a corn maze. It's not really a maze. Okay. Ah. Okay. Come on. Oh dear. Okay. Like yeah, it can get a little slippery. It's kind of hard to, when you're running, to stop in place. You go, look at that. Okay, so now we arrived at the candy factory, which is producing. Those were candy, by the way. Like, there are two ways for me to stop this candy making machine. Yeah, this game has a kind of anti-candy message to it. He wants kids to eat vitamins and be healthy instead of eating candy. I can just keep shooting these candies as they... There we go. Until the machine stops. But then there's another one. And I can do the same thing, but I can also do this. I turn him into where is it? No, not vanilla. Tangerine. If I turn him into a trampoline, over here, go up. Onto this candy cane, and there's an on-off switch. I can just turn off the machine like that. Much easier. Okay, so let me use the ketchup to get him up here, and the vanilla to make a umbrella so I can fall down safely. Okay. I think I need the umbrella anymore. Come on, Blobert. Into this cave. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ah! Oof! It's big mashing teeth. Oh dear. Ah! Scary. Yeah, giant teeth mashing on it. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff flying from that hole in the ground. There is something down here that I can also turn off. Yeah, the guy who designed this was actually David Crane, the same guy who made Pitfall for the Atari. You can kind of see the similarities. And there's big cauldron, which I can also turn off. And now I can all go back up. And now they don't have that anymore. Let's see. Come here, strawberry. Make a bridge so I can get across. Yeah, I'm feeling good. There's 3 lives left, almost near the end. Only died a couple times back there. Still didn't do the coyote time thing that I wanted. Nope. Okay, wanted to try out, see if it would work. Get over here. The blob makes a sad face when you throw it, when you don't throw it into his mouth. Whoops, not bridge, licorice. But yeah, if I run off a ledge, yeah, maybe I'll reset and try again later after I finish it. If I run over a ledge at some random times, sometimes he will kind of float in midair, and you can use that time to try and get back, and if you don't get back, you'll look down and cover his eyes and then fall, kind of like the Wile E. Coyote in the Roadrunner cartoons. Catch up. Get back here. And licorice to go back up. Yeah, I should have tried this in somewhere else. That was a bad idea to try it here. Strawberry again. Yeah, as you saw, the most of not that hard to remember what each flavor does. I thought it would be much harder. I thought I'd have to write down every type of jelly bean and what each one does. I thought the amount of I wouldn't have enough if I used too many. But look at that! Look how many tangerines and punch and orange. I only used like half. No, licorice. I had like 80 at the beginning of the game. Now I have 58, so I only used a little over 20 of them. So yeah, you have way more jelly beans than you need to actually complete the game. So, not like I said, not quite as hard as I imagined it would be. Okay, let's keep going. One more set of teeth. Okay. Ah! Last one got me. Okay. Try again. Okay. Bunch of gingerbread man. And now we have his giant keyhole. Well, that's what that final this final jelly bean flavor was. Lime. That's 4. Lime key. Key lime. Get it? Another pun. And now we can open this. Uh-oh. It's the Emperor. And he got Blobert. You okay there, buddy? Which one is it? Apple, I think. Here, have a... Oh, but he's too far away. I can't reach. I can't throw it up. But what I can do is use my momentum. If I'm running and I throw... I'll throw far enough. Come on. I'll throw far enough. Yeah, run a little bit more. There we go. You turn into an apple jack. Another pun. And... Ahaha. Take that, you evil emperor. And the evil king is defeated with his own hidden supply of vitamins, and all of Blobolonia salutes their savior. I think that's the good king. Game over. That's it. I saved a planet of blobs. Ending theme. That's it. That's it. The end screen. Just this music. It will end. Also a very short game once you know exactly what to do. Like it only takes like half an hour to get through it. I took longer because I kept explaining things and see David Crane's A Boy and His Blob, Trouble on Blobolonia. Okay, let's see if I can activate the coyote time thing that I wanted to show. So yeah, I wanted to play this because I'm on this channel. I've been doing this thing where I play an older version of a game and then I play the remake. Already did it with Castle of Illusion. I played it the Sega Genesis one and then the remake. I did it with DuckTales. I played the NES version and then DuckTales Remastered. So now I'm playing the NES Boy and His Blob, and then I'll be playing the Wii Boy and His Blob. I mean, I'll be playing on the Wii because that's the one I have. Although this game is also available on Steam, GOG, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. They re-released these, so if you want to play for yourself, give it a shot, give it a try. I really enjoyed that one. Very cute. Made by WayForward, so you can expect good animation platforms. Good platformer with good 2D hand-drawn animations. Oh no. Okay, fell down the wrong place. You can check my previous playthroughs. You can check on Twitch, but also on my YouTube channel. I have a playlist called Old Plus New. You can see the previous games I tried. Okay, I think this one. Yeah, you can kind of have to remember which screen is above a place where you can fall down. Okay, here we go. I already completed the game, so I'm now just fooling around. Let's see if I can activate the thing that I wanted. I run off? Nope. Yeah, try running off again. Nope. Still died. And got a treasure on the way down. If I touch this, dead again. Insta death. Okay, let me try. Showing all the ways you can die now. now that I completed the game, I don't have to worry about preserving my lives. And dead by falling rocks. Okay. Let's see. Let me try. Let's see if I can get through with the umbrella. I think you can, but it's much safer to use the cola bubble. Okay, see? I think when I tried, I accidentally got hurt. I think I know I got killed somehow with the. Okay. Let's see. Can I run? Nope. Run again. Nope. Come on. Okay. Maybe I don't know how to activate that. Maybe if I did it. Maybe it is just random and I'm just unlucky. Blobert, come here. He's way up there. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of a good pathfinding algorithm. I mean, it is for the NES, so that's why they made this teleportation jelly bean. But yeah, once you kind of know the environment, you can also actually download online. There are maps, actual images of this entire place. So once you know your way around, you can much easier to know exactly where to go. Okay, what if I? There it is. Yeah, this is how you activate it. I have to stop right before the ledge. It's not random actually. You have to stop right before the ledge, and he'll skid out of the ledge. And oh no! Yeah, that was the coyote time thing that. Oh no! If you don't get back in time, and I fall down and die. Okay, good thing I figured out how to activate it. I thought it was random, but yeah, that's how you do it. Oh no, come back! No. I made it. That's very cartoony. Oh, he makes some sad face when he dies. Look at that. So yeah, that was A Boy and His Blob, the original for the NES. There's also a sequel on the Game Boy called The Rescue of Princess Blobert. Never played that one. Got curious now. But yeah, this was pretty fun. I mean, it kind of, like I said, it was very intimidating when I first saw it. I thought it would be a lot harder, but once I actually sat down to give it a try, and I did look up some walkthroughs around the ending areas because it took such a long time to actually get to the ending areas that I didn't want to keep doing it to every time I wanted to try something out. So okay, let me just see how it's done so I can finish once I do reach Blobalonia. But yeah, once I actually tried to learn how to beat it and kind of memorize the list of jelly beans and memorize the layout of where each treasure was, how to get them. Not that hard of a game. So yeah, hope you guys had fun, and yeah, tune in for Saturday where I'll play the Wii version of this game. It's very cute. The Blob is certainly much cuter than that one. This kind of looks a little disturbing. Even on the box art is kind of looks weird as well. The boy looks a little older, and the Blob looks a little misshapen, but yeah. Yeah. So yeah, except you can, if you like these kind of retro style games, make sure to follow the channel and check my YouTube and Twitch for my previous playthroughs. And I have playlists of all the different types of games I played: NES games and Myst series, Zork series, Ultima series, point-and-click adventures, Switch games, and now these old and new games. Yeah. Hope you guys had fun. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye.